Hi chat. Welcome in everyone. How we doing today? Hello Twitch. Hello Kick. Hello YouTube. Welcome in 197 or M1. Nice buns. probably one of the oldest ones I have. Pretty sure it's one of the ones... Oh no, that's the other black and striped one that's old. I don't think I have that other one that I'm thinking of anymore. But I had one that I had worn out the fabric around the neck. Hi. What we all up to lately, chat? What's new and happening? Other than building shelves. If only you knew. One day move is impressive. Like, I need like a month minimum. My head's hurting today too because I went out to the arcade last night and yeah, my head hurts. I say arcade, but I mean bar with pinball. Welcome, Will. That certainly helps too, Buns. But I am definitely these days in the camp of the best way to go about moving is to pack up everything you care about very nicely, wrap the stuff that you care about nicely, and then just pay someone to move it all. Thank you for joining me tonight, everyone. Cheers to you. What do we start with? I think we're going to start with some bread. Hot water and a little bit of half and half in there. Happy Sunday to you too, Will Poker. Welcome in, Nan Reader. Awesome, Justice Rise. Happy to see you back. Pinch of salt. And mostly for the fact that there's some herb looking in our bread, I'm going to add some parsley into the mix of the actual bread itself. And I'm sort of thinking these are going to be more like breadsticks than like bread. I'm thinking of just doing some loose form, heavily fermented breadsticks with garlic. I have my music set to the wrong level. There we go. Hey, Splits. Roaring 20s cuisine. Sketty and Meatballs is Roaring 20s? To be honest, I don't know where that gain popularity, especially in the States. I have a feeling it may have something to do with Chef Boyardee. Grabbing the pasta maker while I'm at it. Hi, chat. He was a great marketer, at least. Why you no mixy uppy yeti? Let's go, yeasties. Just be like perfect for you. Here, let's add a little flour. That make you happier? Make bubbles. M1. Hi, Zeeks. Uh-oh, sniffles. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm going with this. I'm tired of waiting. So, very wet dough here. Do most of the work here with the spatula, just getting it started and incorporated. What do you think I'm doing, Nate? And I'm going to spray some oil over the top of that. And let that sit. do its thing. Oops. Don't want all AP flour for this. We want semolina. Salt. Olive oil. Bought some chocolate milk at the farmer's market and put it into my ice cream freezer thingies. So we got some quite delicious chocolate ice cream in the freezer at the moment. Ribbit. Ribbit, rabbit. Spraying myself just about every time I use my spray hose right now because the nozzles bit the dust for the second or third time since I moved in here. I get hard water buildup in the nozzle itself, and they're not really designed to be fixed. They're designed to just be replaced. Alright, so we'll add our eggs to our flour for our pasta dough. And I can feel this is going to be a little too wet. I'm going to add a touch more flour. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to allow that to rest before we go back into dealing with more of that. Next thing, sauce time. Sauce time. I like red onions. White onions generally are sweeter, less acidic. I'm using this, well, they aren't as pungent. And so they're typically used more for salads, for toppings, and they're white, so they're pretty in that sense. But that doesn't mean that they have great flavor when they've been cooked. And so, like, Vidalia are amazing if you're doing something where you're showing off Vidalias, you're showing off something with sweet onion. Cooking, not so much. That said, I don't feel like I have much good control over the onions I buy regardless. There's a couple of options out there that I could buy that one involves traveling 40 minutes to get there, which I don't need that drama in my life. Using the wrong knife for slicing onions here, chat. But what I'm talking about there is the vast majority of the farmers, not the farmers markets, the vast majority of the supermarkets out there, like, they just have, like, the mountain of onions sort of thing going on. And they just sort of mix up whatever onions they get. You know, they're red onions. Okay, all red onions are the same thing, aren't they? When they're not. And so sometimes, you know, going to the same place, getting what appears to be the same onion, completely different product. Welcome in, chick. Hey, Cozy Coffee. Heat on over on the stove. A little cooking oil. Over on the stove. Excuse me. Nice. Yeah, the way it typically goes is white onions will be there with a lot of the sweet onions. Not all white onions are going to be sweet onions. Very generically, I'm saying that. And then typically people buy the yellow or the red onions for cooking applications. The red ones can have... I don't think there's a real major difference between the red and the yellow other than color and preference. You can have ones that are astringent. You can have ones that are mild. In both cases. Sure, there's a guy that used to sell them jarred at the farmers markets when I worked there. Thank you for the follow. I spent about 2 hours today updating just how the text works for the alerts in this stream. And so you'll notice, instead of stream elements there thanking them for the follow, we've now got Bot Cuisine thanking them. I think technically I can link my bot to stream elements and do that anyways, but I didn't. Burgers. Burgers. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Hit these with a bit of salt. You should always hit your onions with a bit of salt and then they hit the pan. Some oyster mushrooms. had no idea that there was a famous burger guy. It makes sense that there's a famous YouTube burger guy, but I don't know. I feel like I've missed out on a bit of the scene there because I just don't watch a lot of those videos anymore. I sit there and I critique them too hard, and it makes it unenjoyable for me. Be like, I sit there and be like, no, that ain't true, you're lying. Or you just don't know better. Nice. I think they both have their merits myself. It depends on what you're after. Like, I like me a smash burger, but I sort of feel like thick is probably the way to go if you're, like, really grilling it. Not like... No, that one's lost. And I guess it sort of depends on what toppings you're planning for it, too. Like, I'm not always in the same mood for the same thing on my burger. And I don't necessarily want them prepared the same way. To be honest, I have never been to a smash burger. I don't know if there is one in Sonoma County. There might be now. It used to be there was one in Marin. But I never... It's like, you know, I gotta go to the next county over to go to this burger place, so... And I don't eat out, really. I mean, I cook at home 4 nights a week. Yeah, the chain. But it's sort of like a style, too. So it's sort of... You know, it's good marketing on their part. Let's name our place after the type of food. So if people talk about the food, it sounds like they're talking about our place. Another one that, like... I'm a pretty big fan of what Danny Meyer has done. And I haven't made it to a Shake Shack yet, either. Despite being in Vegas and able to, and... lots of mushrooms in the sauce tonight. Partly because I bought some, partly because we had some in the fridge. Last chance today at that Minecraft stream. Redeem, if you got spare dough balls. If you'd like to see a Minecraft stream. Ooh, medical school. Anything in particular in the medical world? What's your interest? Gonna add a bit more oil for these mushrooms. Bit more salt. It's very interesting. Like, if you take the sorrow and pain out of it, it's very interesting. Like, if you take it from like a third person perspective, it's very intriguing how, people can addicted to things that they know are horrible for them, and still. Ooh.
Dollar
Thank
message.
you for the gifting. Thank you, M1. Welcome. Enjoy those emotes, Mojo Check. And can I get your input? Oops. Wrong screen. Thankfully, it was just me reading updates on the bot. However, for this coming project, monthly project, should we have more sweet peppers, hot peppers, garlic, or onion in it, M1? Garlic. Garlic it is. And if we got Zeke's or Mosminator on there, I need your votes too. We're going to pull some of this off of that. We're not using all of that for the sauce. Let's use a metal bowl for this. Hey, Froggy. Welcome, welcome. All right. That's going in our sauce. That's going in our meatballs. Montmorency cherries. Flame back on here. Should be. Hopeful it's a tasty one. I hope it's a tasty one. Peeled tomatoes, those are looking an awful lot like paste. Rinsing out the can into it. Want to just start breaking those tomatoes up a little bit. Let the heat do most of the rest of it. Couple of bay leaves. We'll just let that sit and simmer and do its lovely thing. Give a quick rinse out to this bowl, and we'll use this to make the meatballs. July will be 5 years, I think. And I started because I've always been doing project dinners and taking photos of them for like years before I started streaming. Like, I started like with doing projects dinners and stuff like that back like beginning of Twitter time. And so I was always taking photos. The real idea is I'm recording everything because I have a horrible memory. And I do not want to sit here. I do not enjoy the idea of writing down recipes, writing down discoveries. And so I'm recording it all. And maybe one day AI will be able to tell me it all. But I also get to hang out with all you lovely folks. That's why I stream. Let's see. Brixo beef for dinner tonight. Start with the pork. Gotta have the pork. Pork's the flavor. Anyone's catching the reference there? I didn't use 3 onions, though. I just used one really big one. And we got beef. Lean beef. Lean beef. Fatty pork. I've heard of it. I know of it. I can't tell you the definition off the top of my head. But yeah, you need to work your meatball meat a little bit. You need to make it so that the meat is smearing up a little bit like it's a force meat. Give this a stir. Make sure we don't have any stickage. No one likes stickage. What I just dropped in, may I ask where? In here we have some of the cooked onions and mushrooms with both beef and pork, lean beef and fatty pork. Bit of breadcrumb. Well, the idea of the breadcrumbs here is more that they're going to be able to soak up some of that moisture and some of the stuff released by the meat and other things in there and absorb those flavors and keep the overall meatball moisture and take on those other flavors. If you want to add extra flavors for it, sure, but I don't think it's necessarily time well spent, I guess. Zeeks, I need your Discord vote. I didn't get your Discord vote for your resub the other day. See down here? Need votes. Sweet pepper. Thank you, thank you. It's at a full nice high boil, so we're going to turn that temp down considerably. I forgot we're going to add some more stuff in here first. Like garlic powder. Onion powder. And smoked paprika. Oh, let's do some dried oregano too. It's entirely whether you want to add some smokiness in there or not. We've talked about paprika a couple of times before. Paprika itself can vary quite a bit too, because paprika just means pepper. It can be all sorts of things. And so it's what you're after. If you don't want to add that smokiness into your things, you don't like the flavor of smoke that they get, because maybe it's the cheapest way to do it, and it's not the tastiest way. Ooh. Sorry to hear that, Zeeks. Hey, Panda. Welcome, welcome. I'm rolling balls. Thank you for the follow. Poor belt. Ugh. YouTube dad joke. What concert only costs 45 cents? $50 featuring Nickelback. Nice, Cozy. Awesome. Yeah, from what I heard, like, some of the stats about this have been ridiculous. Like, 90% of hotel rooms have been booked a year out in the path. Thank you,
Dollar
M1.
message.
What can I add this time to the vote? Hot peppers. Gonna have to clean my cutting board after, or my keyboard after this stream. I got like 3 or 4 pieces of pork on my keyboard. We're gonna move the sauce over to the side here. Brush whatever's in this pan out. Oh, I know what that is. That's tortilla. I did. I put 2 of them in there. That's good, Buns. I mean, I do not have the self-motivation. I have to find excuses. I have to find reasons. And yeah. I have to make rules for myself. I mean, streaming's great for that too. Like, I would be doing project meals still today without streaming probably. But I doubt I would be doing them as frequently. And, like, you know, it keeps me going. It keeps me... I've got that schedule to keep up. I've got that, you know, I keep cleaning the house. I keep cleaning... adding a decent amount of oil into this pan. Sort of on the edge between frying and sautéing here, or searing. Fill up our pot here for the pasta later. Sorry for the noise for a second. will start searing my balls. Zoom left. Zoom right. Chat, maybe you can correct me on this one. I get the impression these days that most retail are run almost with the expectation that, like, everyone is going to quit, like, quickly. And so, like, they aren't kept around. They're, like, designed for people to quit. They're, like, designed to be uncomfortable, unenjoyable. You know, I think they're sort of figuring they're like Amazon, and at some point they're just going to run out of people to run these warehouses. Like, that's the impression. Like, I did some retail work, like, in a small store, like in a small lotto store, but I've never done, like, big box retail. But I've, you know, read my fair share of Reddit over the years and other sources where they sit there and complain in places like Anti-Work or just in public on Twitter about, you know, the systems and the plans and the hoops people jump through and nice. That sounds nicer than I had thought was going on. Yeah, that said, that one retail job that I had is sort of like the ideal job that I would like to have from here on out, even though I don't know that it really exists anymore. Like, sit there in the morning, sell people newspapers, lotto, coffee. At one point, I had qualms about lotto, but the amount of gambling that's available to people out there these days, it's not a big deal in my mind anymore. Like, back in the day when, like, you know, people thought of gambling, it was sort of like your only choice was really weird, no middle of nowhere Indian casino or going to Vegas. The lotto is a little bit more. Front and center, I guess. Now they got to give away $1 billion just to make it in the news. That was the wrong pan to grab for this. These really need to go in another baking pan from here. How is Chef? Chef is frustrated and confused with drama that chat doesn't know about for the most part, and why people are certain ways. Otherwise, I am well. You know, I enjoyed getting up and going out to the farmer's market this morning, sitting and people watching with some coffee. Even if it was a little of a drive. I'm kicking myself for not buying stuff for Tuesday when I was at the market today. Because I wanted some nice, like... And I looked at stuff and I don't know if I really saw what I was looking for today anyways. But I'm hopeful for some, like... to find some nice zucchini or some nice summer squash or... I know it's early in the year, but maybe we got some of that coming in? Yeah, the problem with that, M1, is that you just don't have much control over what you get. I find, like, with my experience with Whole Foods here, is you order online, they do a pretty good job of getting you what you order. But you end up with the dented cans, you don't get good choice of produce, you don't really get to choose the size of things, like... They just sell you a chicken whole each sort of thing. You don't have any choice of, do you want one with lots of meat or do you want one with big bones, or, you know? This pan's getting a bit warm. Turning it down a touch. We don't want it to get too cool while we're searing, but it can be too hot too. That also may be a different things between me and you too with that, because, like, I don't shop at Whole Foods anymore. I used to love Whole Foods back in the day before Amazon got their teeth into it. Nowadays, you walk through it and it's nothing but Amazon brand stuff. They've gotten rid of, like, one of the first things Amazon did when they took over Whole Foods was they got rid of the regular people that were buying the local ingredients from the local businesses. And so immediately, like, when Amazon took over, all the small brands started disappearing. Well, that's sort of relative. Like, yes, it's expensive, but it's more expensive to make certain things, and it's more expensive in certain cases for it to be made small batch locally. And so it's sort of like when I was working at the farmers markets and selling coffee at the farmers markets. There was one dude that just irked me so much. He was an old senior. I would have loved it. I would have even given him a break on it because he was a regular dude there. But he gave me flack about everything I did. And one of the things is he always used to compare my $2 cup of coffee, which was being made out of a trailer, mobile, temporary, where I had to travel with carrying my own water for making it, and wanted to compare it to a fast food joint that was giving him a discount for being a veteran. Like, how in the heck am I supposed to compete with that? Like, he wanted to I couldn't remember the brand, but he wanted to compare me to Jack in the Box coffee, which I think is like, it was something ridiculous back then, like 20 cents. It was like they were charging him for the cup or something. Yeah, Jack in the Box is more of a Western company these days. They used to be heavily in the East Coast, but they had a issue with E. coli or undercooking their burgers thing, like, when I was like a kid. I don't remember exactly when it was, but like, maybe even late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s. And they ended up closing in a lot of eastern states after that controversy. Yeah, Jack in the Box tacos are not worth the money. And they're cheap, which says something. Though I should probably caution that with my only experience with Jack in the Box tacos was probably while drunk in Los Angeles. I don't get falafels either. Like, let's take a bunch of green stuff and fry it. You know, it's like this is not going to appeal to the people that like fried food, and it's not going to appeal to the people that like health food. Why? I think the only time anyone goes to White Castle is when they're drunk. Is there anyone in chat that visits White Castle sober? Mutable Jack, welcome in. It's a new name. Mojo. Is it Moho or Mojo? Alright, so we got these done. Other than throwing them in the oven. We can turn this off. Back burner that oil so I don't have to worry about it for a while. Move the tomatoes back over. Get the water heating up. Are we naming old cartoons? I submit Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm surprised Futurama hasn't been mentioned yet. Depends on which version. The first season of Futurama was in 1999. Has anyone watched the new Animaniacs? Has that been any good? I don't even know what streaming service that is on, but I don't have it. We're up to 25K on the Minecraft stream. We only need another 5. We got another 3 people with 2K to spend. Bread has poofed a bit. Up to 27 now. And so this is just going to get tossed out flat on top of the pan down here. Or I'm spreading it out a bit. And then I'm going to allow that to do a bit more proofing like that. Sweet potato chips are amazing, but they don't last. I haven't tried any of the, like, manufactured brands, but, like, you fresh fry sweet potatoes or beets, or they just don't last like potatoes do. So we got our free-form, ugly thread there on the cutting board. We'll let that hang out and do a bit more poofing. Preheat our oven to 400 for that. And I'm going to turn to making pasta. Scramble hates chat tonight. Pasta dough. Main camera. Overlook scene. It's not really focusing on me too much there. Let's see if we can't get that to focus on me a bit better. After I get the pasta laying back down and folded. Over here. Follow me, please. I'll just push the button. Push the button. Any Chemical Brother fans out there? Alright. Pasta wants to be difficult. When in doubt, make one giant noodle. Gave away all my old dead batteries today, chat. Free of charge. YouTube dad joke. Almost done folding. Well, I thought we were almost done folding, and then it teared. Oh, his nose. It teared. Thanks for hanging out with us, Mojo Chick. Oh, come on. It's the oven coming to temp for our bread here in a little bit. Let's try flouring this up a bit more. Scramble does that every now and then, decides to just throw chat for a loop. Throw ultra pasteurized out there, or hydrogenated oil, or monohydrate. There's some long ones there. Starting to make it a little longer now. A little thinner. A little flatter. Wow, those meatballs darken that screen. Thanks for hanging out with us, M1. Almost there with our pasta. I think this is going to be our final roll as far as thickness. starting our cutting. Sorry, I got my black back blocking most of this. How's our sauce looking? Our sauce is looking like it's off. Let's turn the heat back on there. Hey, sailor. Welcome in. Sorry, it took me a moment to catch back up with chat there. Well, apparently we've lost our music too. Fix that here. Thank you for the new follow over on Kick. Waiting on our water to heat up. Bread, or breadsticks, or lazy garlic bread needs some attention. Starting with some egg. Cutting board camera. Hi, Ozzy. Welcome. How you be?
Chefia 1 heart, Chefia 1 heart, Chefia 1 heart.
I need your vote, Ozzy. We need more sweet peppers, hot peppers, garlic, or onion in the monthly project. Hopefully you're doing lovely, Ozzy. I've had a pretty good day today. Other drama driving me nuts, but like, I don't know why. Onion. Thank you, Ozzy. So, egg wash in the top of this very soft mess. Oh, it's almost like a slipper dough with how soft and the water content in this dough, how high of a water content there is. We'll do a bit of garlic powder over the top. Salt. And spray oil, or olive oil in my case, in a pump spray. And I'm going to throw that into a 400-degree oven, just ugly and simple as that is. I mean, cutting board camera. Cutting board camera. Make ourselves some Pizza Hut-ish type garlic sticks there. I don't recall what Papa John's breadsticks are like. So these are not completely cooked either. And so these are going to go in the oven here, but we're waiting a little bit. They're going to throw these in here for the last 10 minutes of this. So I'm going to do a 10-minute timer for the first half of our bread bake. We're going to throw those in there for the second 10. We don't want stickage. No stickage. No noodle stickage. Aww. We'll have a Minecraft donut back once again someday. What happened to it? I updated the subscriber badges. We've got all the different colored donuts now, and we've got all the different heights of coffee. So now the first year you're progressing through different types of donuts, and the second year we're progressing through different types of coffee. At least I think that's what it is. I don't remember. Maybe that's out to 3 years. Something like that. But now the golden donut is just that more. Zoom right. You have a train. Train? I guess we gotta do a Minecraft stream, chat. We've reached our goal. I guess I gotta kill a bunch of withers on stream. Should I thin it out a bit, chat? Is it too thick? Is it too sea thick? No? Okay. Another 4.5 minutes here on our bread before we can add our meatballs down there and maybe get started with our boiling. What's going on in the world tonight? I'm almost afraid to look at news these days. Ooh, we got boiling water over here. Over on the stove. CMTs are on, the outfits are crazy. There ain't nothing going on in the world of food right now. Like, I'm getting served stuff that's days old about Formula One racers. Country music television. I don't know why we have a country music television and don't have, like, all the other, like, we're just... Well, first off, what the heck happened to MTV? I mean, we all know it was reality TV, but why? That would make sense with their most recent release. Both as a rumor and if it actually happens. So there's our first 10 minutes with our bread. We're going to add our meatballs in the oven with the bread. And give that another 10 minutes. We'll give it 5 minutes before we worry about the pasta. Clean up a bowl while I'm at it to mix up pasta with sauce. Does this mean that you have not cut the cord? Do we have a cord user in chat? I say that when, like, I assume the majority of the people in chat probably use a cable cord to connect to the internet too. I don't know, maybe some of you fiber to home, but in the US that's not a very high percentage. I hear it's much more common outside the US, actually, for people to have fiber optic direct to home. It's just sort of silliness to keep using cable and cable and cable and cable when fiber optic is where all the development is being made, and you could have a fiber optic to your home, and it's probably going to be the same cable to your house for the next 20, 50 years. You got a lot more trust in people than I do. I wish I had that level of trust in the world. But unfortunately, I have been repeatedly proven wrong. But you're probably, if you're connecting to a cable, you're probably connecting to an Ethernet cable that's probably connecting to your modem, which is connecting to a cable, like a TV cable. Whereas that cable is then going to a router owned by the cable company that's probably connected to a fiber backbone. And what I'm suggesting, and what a small percentage of Americans have, and it means you have to buy new hardware to go along with it, but if you have fiber optic direct to home, which is an option for some people, fiber versus cable, like, they're already taking your cable and just going to locust hop and then going to fiber. That's what I was looking for. Taking the bay leaves out of the sauce now, because I don't anticipate eating those. I think they've given their flavor up to the sauce at this point. Although I can't find the other one. There it is. For the most part, yeah. Well, all of the backbones, all of the stuff, traveling between, continents, even between states and that in the U.S. is all fiber. It's all fiber optic. And that travels at the speed of light for the most part. And so, like, it's either we're going to somehow travel faster than light through Wi-Fi, which I don't see happening anytime soon, or they're just going to continue to make the signaling stuff, the stuff that's hooking up between the fiber wire lines, better and faster, which is what has happened for the last 20, 30 years. That's all that's really happened. Hey, El Capitano. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, Ratapatty watching me over on Twitch now. Thank you for the follow, bot. I'm not calling the person a bot. It's literally their name over on Kick. I'm here. Still confused by women. About the same. Hey chat, did you know I used to work at an origami company? It's really a shame they had the fold-up shop. YouTube dad joke. All right, adding our pasta into the water here. I'm glad that wasn't a mess. That could have been very dangerous. Thank you, Ratty. It's only something I've had since I've stopped working professionally and started streaming that I've been able to not keep my hair all nice and short and hair netted and purdy. Gonna take our pasta and add some sauce. Cutting board camera. Just getting a nice light, even coat on everything so we have a base level of sauce. Add a bit of Italian MSG there. There you go, chat. There is some meatballs and pasta. We got some quick and dirty garlic bread. Going to hit that up with a touch more garlic seasoning. Bit of dried oregano. And a bit of cheese. Let's grab some photos. Oops. Forgot I had that on from earlier today. Why is that still on? No. No flash. Flash off. I was modeling? How so? You mean showing off my balls? Needs a little warm butter or sauce to dip it into, but we got all this. But let's get a break into these meatballs. There we go, chat. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Want to say I appreciate everyone for joining in and hanging out with me tonight. I enjoyed chatting with all of you. Thank you for the follows tonight. Thank you for the subs tonight. Thanks for the resubs tonight. All sorts of people hanging out with us tonight. I think I'm going to leave it right there tonight, chat. I'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to be doing a little bit healthier in the foods. Going to be doing salmon on Tuesday. Going to be doing pearl couscous. And maybe I can find some nice spring veg. I was hopeful to find some early summer veg, but I think we're pushing it there. We'll see what I can find. No, not kale. Not kale. Boo. Chat, you're amazing. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for putting up with all my craziness. I hope you have an amazing evening. And hope to see you back here on Tuesday. Good night, everyone.